So I want to talk about dreams, disillusionment, and how we really need to start to practice heart-grounded discernment in the present moment, in our bodies, in our hearts, and wherever you're at, wherever you may put yourself as spiritual or conscious. You may be completely asleep, which is probably not even listening to this video, and that's fine. You're ones that are also more awake to the situations and consciousness of it all. And then there's also ones that are more spiritual, shall we say. But ultimately, the ultimate message is how conscious we are and how aware of ourselves are we to make conscious, aligned choices. And I was doing a video yesterday, and because so much was just like coming through, like I felt like I had to share it. And at the end, coming through to the end of it, as I started to talk about Mary Magdalene and Yeshua and their daughter Sarah Rose, it all just stopped, completely stopped. And it pulled me in, it pulled me back. And it was really interesting because judgment, and we all do it. Judgment isn't discernment. Judgment is a belief of separation. So when we look at somebody else and think, maybe they're not conscious as me, maybe they're not as good as me, or what's their behavior? Are they actually, for me, it was about the practicing of the Rose lineage. Is like, are you actually really doing it, or are you just talking about it? How are you actually embodying it? And what was really interesting was that it just come back and said, it's just hold space for all of it, for the whole like polarity that is what we're witnessing in humanity, and don't judge it. And to be able to just hold space and see it for what it is, and then come back into your body, back into who you are, back into your truth, back into love, into unconditional love, and how you influence the world from that. But ultimately it comes from our inner world that we shift and change the outer world. And there is a huge mental energy farming going on right now, whether it is either through social media and the toxicity that the media is portraying of fear and division and disillusionment, and for the ones that have huge hearts will feel completely, like I say, disillusioned of the whole world, whereas actually that's what is trying to be portrayed. So you believe that and just create that and feed that, because we are the creators, we are the observers. And so we have to be really mindful where our energy is going and focus on what actually we do want to create. And if you're putting beautiful things into the earth, if you're creating beautiful love with other people and connections and kindness and compassion, you're making a massive shift and you're making a massive change. So be mindful when you feel like you're feeling disempowered, and tune into where you can actually be empowered through how you are with yourself. Can also be the words that you speak to yourself. How much more peace can you bring to yourself rather than inner critic? How much more love can you receive for yourself? Because the more love you receive for yourself, the more you just emanate and flow with others effortlessly, unconditionally. That's what's going to make this world go round, is unconditional love. And then equally the ones that we would class more spiritual, and I was talking about Lionsgate, and to me it doesn't feel real, doesn't feel right, and it feels like another form of illusion, an attempt to harvest energy from us. And we have to, for me, it's all about the earth, the sun, the moon, the planets, that true alignment, that true clock, not the false calendar that we've got and the interface that's been put on top of that. And so we're having to really come back into our bodies, back into the earth, back into the womb for women, back into this cycle, and really know that that's the wisdom. And for me, the biggest thing at the moment, not only have we having all these planetary alignments leading up to now, is the solar eclipse happening on the 12th. This feels very significant, very powerful, and it'll be another calling for shift and change of anything that isn't in alignment. So that's what we need to be really focusing in and tuning into our bodies, becoming curious of ourselves, being mindful, having discernment, and really know if we're not coming from a place of love, unconditional love and sovereignty, we're not completely in alignment. And this is what we need to do. And it's always, for me, it's through the body, it's through the heart. That's where our pure soul consciousness is. So if you need any support with this, let me know, because it's very powerful energies trying to siphon our mental energy, because that's where our power is, how we choose to see things, how we choose to observe things, how we choose to feel things, how we choose to act on things. This is how we influence our world. All right, lots of love.